It would be a summary to say that we as tourism professionals need some more work and some more enhancement in the domain of cooperation and connection in the tourism sector and relative sectors. Because when it comes to alternative tourism and developing new products, it is a very interesting challenge that we have. I myself am pretty passionate about. The people that are offering the service, most often in rural, disconnected areas, they have trouble seeing what the product should be because they have no experience in that type of tourism themselves as tourists. So bringing this knowledge together would be, it is a challenge. I've done it in the field for 6 years and longer, but it will, I think, in the Balkan area, in the Balkan countries, especially as upper we go, in the more interesting and rural areas, this will be continue to be a larger challenge. So I'm looking forward working in that direction too.
She mentioned very well that the challenges is the cooperation between the people, and when the people don't actually understand the product they have. So it would be nice to make some standards in terms of what kind of accommodation we would have, what kind of service we would offer to the people, and to have a certain level of agreement between our countries. So we know that when, let's say, a business from Macedonia offers cooperation to some business in Albania, Kosovo, Serbia, Montenegro, they would have a similar level of service. The visibility is also something we need to work on. As guides, we know each other in the countries, but we know each other based on personal experiences. We do not have an association that would connect the guides in the Balkans. We do not, as far as I know, have an association that would connect the alternative tourism operators of the Balkans. So that's something that we could work on, because as a region, I believe we have much more to offer in terms of tourism than as separate entities. From a working point of view, I would say hiking is one of the products that Macedonia can very well be one of the best known countries in the Balkans or in the world in general. Then I would mention the food, which for the tourists that come from West Europe or from North America, they react to very much to the freshness of the food, because our climate in general in the Balkan is good, so we can have access to very good fresh products, and also what we do traditionally with them is quite good. And personally, but also as a professional, I must say the ski touring. So it's skiing in the high mountains in the Balkans is one of the products that I would be very passionate about, and I would like to show to people. Yeah.
I would agree on the first two topics. So for me, the first place is hiking. The second place is also the food and food as a cultural experience, not as a product solely. And the third would be the cultural experience when it comes to the complexity of the region, from a cultural, from an historical, and most often from a political point of view, because I would agree when I say we work with people that come from areas that are not very familiar with nor the recent or the longer history of the Balkans. And this is the third subject when all your tourists go, wow, we had no idea that it will be like this, you know, that the story will evolve like this, that you can see this or that. So these are the three subjects that always bring the wow effect in our tours.
As Lea said, the cultural complexity of the region is unbelievable. There are multiple layers of history, culture, and so that is one of the things we have to show, and we have to agree that is probably the not very well known. Balkans are not very well known for their history, so we would like to show the positive things of it, and I would say the mountains in general. The geography of the region is there is more than 60% mountains in the region. In the Balkans, I would say the highest peaks in the Balkans, you have the highest peaks in the Balkans is in Bulgaria. So it's Mount Musala. Then you have one of the biggest pastures in Europe, which is the Shar Mountain. It's 80 kilometers long, and 3 countries share it. So it's Macedonia, Kosovo, and Albania that share the Shar Mountains. Korab Mountain, the highest peaks in both Macedonia and Albania, is one of the landmarks. You have the Alps in Albania, shared between Albania, Montenegro, and Kosovo. And you have Mount Olympus in Greece, which is the mountain of gods, as we know. So these are historical landmarks and also natural monuments and unbelievable places. The thing is, when you hike in these areas, you will see the similarities between the countries, but also the diversities between the countries.
Well, there's a lot to be done, but each direction, if we take it separately, is only a consequence of another more hotter topic. And when we reach and pinpoint one topic, that would be education. So first of all, it is sharing. Connection always means sharing. You can connect pro formal, but if you don't share, the connection is not alive. So what we're working on is connecting on the NGO, on governmental, on business sector, on individual level among the countries, because every local people that are not directly influenced by tourism, but they are part of the product, because tourists come to see the local people and how they live. They have this image that there is nothing good behind the border, and you know, this little local nationalism that doesn't lead anywhere, but often gives misinformation. And the only way to just take this stance away and upgrade it to what is more acceptable and what is more needed in terms of growth of tourism would be education, because all of these people that say there's nothing behind the border, they probably haven't been to the border, and just going there and learning how the people live there makes all the difference. It is raising awareness in the local population and creating the connections that will stay alive.
Business should be connected, maybe via joint chambers, tourism chambers of the countries, so they can understand that working together and promoting together can bring much more tourists. We have already developed tourist destinations in the Balkans. I could say Greece or Croatia or something like that. But people after a while will get tired of the products, same products. The not known Balkan can bring fresh point of view to what is already known in the Balkans. So connectivity between the business and promoting together joint products, multi-country tours, would be something that could be the key to increase tourists in the countries that don't have enough of them.